bitch running. All right, let's get right into it, man. You know, there's one thing that annoys me, man. It's not getting what you deserve. You know what I mean? And then I think about it. Do you really deserve anything? You know, do you really deserve anything? Anything that was handed off, anything that was shown, anything you know that came about or come to, do you really deserve it? You know what I mean? Um, as y'all can see in the thumbnail, that's my father. Late and deceased. You know what I mean? He passed away in like 2008 or 2009. I was about 8 or 9 at that time, and it was a really sad day, man. Because it's like my dad never knew about me. You know, and once I was about to find him and meet him, you know what I'm saying? He dies of an aneurysm, and it's funny. Who would have known what his reaction would have been? It could have been shame. It could have been like, I don't want to talk to him. It could have been anything. It could have been good or bad, but I would have never known. You know what I mean? Maybe it's for the best. You know, but sometimes what makes me really upset, really angry, is the fact that I feel like my birthright was taken. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a Esau versus Jacob thing. Only that I wasn't swindled, but kind of was. You see, my dad, he was his name was Pio Sagapolutele, and he was a defensive tackle or defensive end for a few teams. The Patriots, New England Patriots, Cleveland Browns, and some other team. And if y'all look at him and look at me, we look alike. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it growing up, I didn't have a great life growing up. And I'm not whining or crying about it or anything like that. But I'm just giving y'all a story. I'm just telling y'all, just giving y'all a storytelling. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving y'all storytelling. And growing up, it wasn't easy at all. It was harsh. It fucking sucked, man. It sucked. You know, started off in New Orleans. Hurricane Katrina happens. We get displaced, moved to Sacramento. Moved from Sacramento to Baton Rouge. Things are going cool, then things don't. And then every fucking year from 2007 all the way up to 2013 or 16, it's just been absolute hell. A lot of moving. Um, went homeless a few times, evictions. What else? Remember the days mom couldn't pay the power bill or the water bill, so we'll be out of power for, man, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Be out of water for 2 weeks. I remember we was out of water for like 2 months, man. You know, and these are, I don't know how y'all would go through y'all situations as children, whether y'all would confront them or not. But growing up, me personally, I wouldn't even confront it. I would just lock it off. It'll be sealed in a safe that couldn't be cracked, guarded by, special forces that couldn't be seen. You know what I mean? It was just hidden. It was buried. It was like, I don't know if it was true or not, but the myth of Genghis Khan. You know, the people who buried him died. They'll have a certain group of people bury him and then move out and they'll kill them, and then another group and they'll kill them, so no one will ever know where Genghis Khan was buried. And that's how I kind of feel with my me growing up too. You know what I'm saying? That's what it kind of felt like with me growing up as well. You know, bad thoughts, because I went through a lot of shit growing up. You know, I went through a ton, a lot, a lot. And I know a lot of people won't see this video, because the channel's fairly new. It doesn't have a lot of subscribers or whatnot, but it was just a rough childhood. And I know a lot of y'all have gone through a lot of rough things, rough patches and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like that builds character and whatnot as well. But anyways, you know, father wise, I had my dad, and it's a shame to say it, and who knows who's gonna see it or whatever, but I'm gonna just keep it all the way 100. My dad had a split with his current wife that he's been with forever, ever. You know what I mean? He had a split. and he met my mom. They got together. They banged it out. You know what I mean? Sorry to say that, but it's true. They banged it out. Had me, and it's like he had left. He went back to his wife. You know what I'm saying? They had split up, and it was like I wasn't. He's like he didn't even know about me or anything like that, or so I'm told by my mom. Who knows what the truth is? I'm just going along with her version. And I grow up. She's a single mom and shit, fucking black woman. You know what I'm saying? And I'm growing up, and fast forward, 8 or 9 years later, we get documentation to locate her, and we find him, but he dies in a fucking hotel. A blood clot aneurysm in his foot. You know what I'm saying? Wow, imagine that, right? Absolutely insane. And years fly by. At the time, I'm a young boy. I'm sad. I'm upset. You know, but after a few weeks, it goes away. Right? I'm not thinking about it because there's so much other stuff going on. And then fast forward, years later to like 2019, 2020. I'm looking up stuff about my dad and shit like that, seeing who he is, what he's about. I'm finding out that he was a professional football player, 6'6". I'm like 6'3". You know what I mean? He played football and stuff like that. And I'm not really thinking about anything else. I'm thinking about him, right? And so I meet his son, right? I think it's I think they have the same name. He's like the second, or they call him Peel Jr. or some shit like that. And I'm seeing pictures of him. He's got the rainbow flag and up all that. So I'm saying, okay, I don't know if he's gay or not, if he just supports it. You know what I mean? That don't really matter. But I meet him. I didn't meet him physically, but I had I hit him up on Facebook, and we're just chopping it up, and I'm like so excited. But he says some little shit that kind of pisses me off, kind of upsets me. But I let it go. You know what I'm saying? I let it go. He's like, we don't have any money, right? You know what I'm saying? He's saying that, like I'm trying to comfort the finances and stuff like that. And at the time, I wasn't really thinking about that. I'm just trying to meet my family, to see the other side, because I'm African American, and I'm half Samoan. My dad is from the American Samoa Island. Well, he's either from the American Samoa Island or the other island that's controlled by Australia. I think it's Australia or New Zealand that owns control of the other side of the island, which is pretty fucking dumb. But that's what happens when your ancestors was weak as shit. You know what I mean? But yeah, I had met him. My older brother. Cause I remember my mom talking about seeing my dad with like a little boy, who was like, I think he's like 3 or 4 years older than me. So I'm talking to him, chatting it up, texting him, stuff like that, and we're making like some kind of bond. And he say he assures me, promising me that hey, he won't tell his mom. He'll work everything out first, and then we'll see about meeting one another. And I'm excited. I'm really excited and stuff like that. And then one day he just starts talking to me. You know, I'm like, yo, did he just leave? And then I get a text from his mom, and his mom, man, that text, man, that really destroyed me. You know what I'm saying? It really destroyed me at that time. It hurt it for a few days, and then I got over it. But man, it's just pretty much telling me to stop calling, stop texting. I'm not family, I'm not this and not that. And she blocked me, man. And I've been really angry in other times and moments in my life. But man, shit, that really just, man, yo, that really made me upset, made me angry, made me sad. Oh man, it just twisted the emotions inside of me, man. It really did. Man, it really did. And I tried to text her back. I tried to call her. I tried to call her from different numbers. And she didn't answer, man. She didn't answer at all. And my brother and shit like that. Because before that even happened, he showed me pictures of his younger sisters, my younger sisters, who are about, they're probably like 16 or 17 right now. Who knows? And that I was so happy. I was like, I can't wait to see them because they're in Arizona. And after that happened, man, it just made me mad. It made me upset. And then all I started having all these other thoughts too. I started thinking about how they live good lives. Well, maybe they didn't live good lives, but physically and financially they had good lives. You know, and me, I'm just getting it out the mud, really, just trying to survive every day, every year, every fucking minute. They live in a nice house. They got cars. They live in those neighborhoods that got like the picketed fences and all that. And me, I'm growing up, you know, either fucking homeless, living in shelters, living with other people because my fucking mom got us kicked out, man. Just a lot of bullshit, a lot of anger, a lot of frustrations, man. It really like people talk about how they had like their glory days in high school. Nigga, I had a bad. Life was so tough, man. I hated going to school. I hated people. I just hated me. At the end of the day, I hated myself. You know, I hated myself a lot. I hated myself a lot, man. And it was just tough. Oh man, it was tough. It was upsetting. It was annoying. Sometimes I didn't even want to wake up, man. Sometimes I just felt like dying, like killing myself. You know, but the actions never penetrated the thoughts, man. Because it was like God was with me. He was with me. I feel like He's with everyone, but He was with me in those dark spots, in those dark moments. And you know, and going back to what I was saying, after being denied by, my dad's wife and being blocked by my brother, man, I'm gonna meet them one day, and yeah, I got something for him. I'm just be all the way 100. Yo, when I see you, I don't know if you gonna see this video, but Pio, when I see you, I'm gonna fuck you up. Like, it's gonna be all love afterward, but I'm gonna fuck you up though, because you lied to me. You lied to me. You broke your word. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if it was his mom that intercepted it or whatever, or out of excitement or whatever, but she fucked it up too. And it just made me think, man, like Esau, bro, like fuck, like these people lived a good ass life, and I didn't. I didn't get the pleasure of even meeting my dad, and they did, and it really just fucking bothered me. It really upsetted me a lot, because I was like, you guys get to experience being with a professional person. You know, I don't know how he was to his children or anything like that. He could have been a dickhead. He could have been one of the greatest fathers and all that. But I never got to experience that joy, and it really left a sour impression into my mind. And after thinking about it, when my brother was like, "We don't have any money," that really pissed me off and set me off too, because it was like, "What do you mean? I'm not even trying to look for that." And then I'm thinking, maybe I did have an inheritance. I'm the second son, but I'm more of a fucking man than my brother is. Like, I looked at the pictures of my brother. I ain't gonna lie, he looked like a bitch. Like, I just keep it all the way 100. That nigga look like a whole bitch. I'm just be for real, man. And but otherwise, man, it just really sucked, man. It felt like something was taken away from me. It felt like how I felt like a kingdom, right? That ruled for centuries, thousands of years, very strong, very powerful. And the son who's to inherit the crown, right, doesn't get to, because his father lost the war, he lost his life, he lost the land, he lost the crown. And the son is just a fucking a man with no nation. He's not even. It's like he's the last king. You know what I mean? Like the Byzantine Empire in Rome, right? Rome lasted for 2,000 years. Rome was too big, so it couldn't be governed by one emperor, so it had to be split into the west and to the east. The west fell by the Germanic tribes, by civil wars, by all that, and to the east, it lasted until Constantine, right? Until the Ottoman Empire destroyed it, and that was the last emperor, I think. And that's just how I felt. It just felt like, man, Birthright was taken. You know, I didn't get to live the good life that they did. I mean, they look like they were middle class or whatever, but you know, they had money, they got the family, they got this and that and third. You know, and I know I sound like a bitter bitch right now. I already know I do. I can admit it. I sound like a bitter ass bitch, but it's just a feeling that I feel. You know, and it's like damn, they get to have all their family. They get to go to these different meetings and gatherings. They get to meet all these people. And me, I grew up alone. I grew up alone. You know, I had brothers and sisters and stuff like that, but they're really young. You know, and I ain't gonna lie, I kind of resented them. You know what I mean? I resented them. I resented my mom. You know, there was times in my life I hated my mom. Like, and she would have, like, my mom would hit me sometimes, and she was like really pissed. She's not abusive or anything. She's a lovely woman. But there's times where I was like, man, she touched me, I'll fucking hurt her bad. And I wasn't gonna hold back either. Like I was just gonna punch her hard enough to fucking hurt her, to stop her, break her jaw. You know, and you know she hears this video, man. Like, sorry, but that's just how I felt. You know, because all my life it was like anger being controlled, held in. You know, in school I got bullied for being poor. You know what I'm saying? That's that's another thing that set me off. You know what I'm saying? Like they grew up getting new shoes, man. Like I grew up having to wear the same pair of shoes for like half the year, the same uniforms every 4 months, like only two pairs of uniforms. You know, I couldn't get any haircuts. My mom couldn't afford a $15 haircut. You know what I mean? It was just a tough life. And looking at, and like after my brother ghosted me, his mom dissed me, telling me not to call again or have no contact, pretty much telling me I'm not who I know I am to be. It just brought back a lot of fucking memories. Like I felt cheated. I felt absolutely cheated, man. I felt like damn, all the riches, the wealth he had, he acquired, he attained, denied, denied. You know what I mean? And hey, who knows? Mom would have probably put him on child support or probably tried to work something out. Because my mom is not a she's not a venomous person. You know, she would have been like, hey, could you, help with this or that, and that would have been it. You know, but it just brought a lot of dirty memories, man. Yeah, and that's how I felt betrayed, unwillingly betrayed. You know, and sometimes I don't know how to feel about that. You know what I mean? For whoever's listening, whether it be 30 people, 100 people, a few thousand people, wherever you are in the world, and I don't know how y'all would feel either. You know, some of y'all, it's just so many stories, so many parallel stories, right? Some of y'all have a mom and dad, but they ain't shit, right? Some of you may have a mom and dad, one of them or both of them are abusive. They may not be there all the time because they're working. You know, they could have been in my situation where they never knew you existed. Well, unless your mom got fucking drugged and kidnapped by the CIA or the FBI or some shit like that. That's one thing. But or some of y'all, your dads walked out. They were not men at all. They were bitch ass niggas, and they walked out and they left their family and their responsibility. Absolute boys. You just never know how the cookie crumbles or what it does. Change wise and whatever. You just never really know. And I hope y'all take solace in this. And whoever's hurting right now because family and whatnot, you just gotta stand strong. And that's something that I've been doing too, is standing strong and whatnot. I came out here in Atlanta, Georgia, because my mom said something so fucking dumb. When I had left, she said, you just leaving. Why? She said, I figure out why you're leaving so you don't have to pay the rent, or some dumb shit like that. I don't want to pay the rent, to be honest, but I would do it. But I didn't come out here to not pay the fucking rent. You know what I mean? I didn't come out here to not pay the fucking rent. I came out here to do damage. I came out here to wage war. I came out here to conquer. That's what I did. I came out here to become a fucking millionaire. I came out here to become legendary. You know what I'm saying? I came out here to become an actor and to make four score billion score, all kinds of money, all kinds of gains, all kinds of wealth. I came here to do those things so that my family, my my brothers, my sister, I did it so Michael, Michaela, Naya, Ava, Cannon, Tainika, my mom, the whole fifth and the sixth, to be able to enjoy the spoils of war, the wealth, the plunder, all that, the loot, all that. That's why I came out here, you know. And being out here has been a fucking challenge. It's been tough. It's been hard. It's just been all kinds of things. But sometimes I'm thinking, maybe it was good that I didn't grow up with a dad. Grow up in Arizona. That would have made me soft. Well, I don't know. My dad would have probably pushed me into football because I'm physically more dominant than my brother. Like my brother, I don't know how tall he is, but I know I'm way bigger than him. You know, and I'm looking at my brother, man. He looks like I ain't gonna lie, like I don't want to keep dissing him or anything, but I'm gonna just keep it all the way 100 since I'm being emotional right now. That nigga look like a bitch, man. That nigga looks skinny, he looks small, he looks scrawny. You look fruity if I'm gonna be honest. But I just know he ain't on shit. You know what I mean? And maybe that was a good thing that I did grow up with my dad because being out here currently and growing up the way I did, it's hardened me. It's made me a veteran. It's made me a soldier. I know how to deal with people. You know what I'm saying? I can go to the hoods or the ghettos and not drop my temperature. You know what I mean? I know I can I can deal with people of all kinds. You know, domestic or foreign. I can deal with strangers. I can deal with people going through raw emotions, angry, sad, resentment, bitter, um, you know, narcissist, happy, good, great, Lord, lovely, lusty, all those things. I know how to deal with those people. I know how to deal with stress. I know how to deal with living in a car or being homeless. I know how to deal with all those things. I can't say the same for him. I can't say the same for him. But, you know, I will meet my family one day. I don't know how long or when. I don't know if this video is gonna blow up or whatever. I don't really see his name out there like that, but I'm gonna use his name in the thumbnail. And I mean, look at me. I look like this nigga. My dad. I look like this motherfucker, man. Like I got, like that's why I got acne and shit like that, cause my mom got it and my dad got it. I looked at his cheeks and I'm like, he's got the fucking the scars on his cheeks and stuff like that. But yeah, man, enough of my ranting. You know what I mean? Like and subscribe. Tell me what y'all think. Comment down below. Um, yeah, man. I'm about to go to sleep in my car for about 5 or 6 hours until the Uber thing clears. I'm gonna exercise a bit. I'm gonna go to. They got some electrical sockets out here. I bought a George Foreman grill, so I'm gonna cook lean chickens and shit like that. And I'm gonna get busy. And I know one thing I sounded real bitter, real resentful, but I feel like it's good to get things off your chest. I feel like it's good to talk about your feelings too. Men don't talk about their feelings a lot, and I think men should cry. I don't think they should cry every freaking day. Sad, 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 sad. But I feel like there should be times or moments in life where men should let out raw emotions because it's a colon cleanse. You know what a colon cleanse is. You know what I mean? That's something I gotta do physically today though. But men gotta do all your emotional cleanse. Crying is good for the body, it's good for the soul, it's good for the mind. It literally frees you from the enchantments of this world. The enchantments and the entrapments. Or entrapments. Entrapments. Yes, sir. So yeah, like and subscribe. Tell me what y'all think down below. I'm out. And I gotta get some sleep, damn it. Let's go. And my phone's stuck. What the hell?